was your life like before you did the training?
Life was incredibly stressful. Every walk and pee was very, very stressful. I dreaded every minute of it. I felt like a bad dog owner. It was not easy. Ellie was barking and lunging at every single dog, pretty much that she saw. Barking and lunging at people too occasionally that she didn't trust. It was just very chaotic. 24/7. Yeah, I was at my wit's end with Ellie before Drew came into the picture.
You wrote to me about your German Shepherd Ellie, right?
Oh,
and you're
yes.
you love her, but sometimes so let's talk about the stuff that's really frustrating you.
When I walk her on a leash, if I see a dog on the same side of the street, I will either have to turn around or cross the street because it's very unsafe. She lunges, she will bite other dogs. Doesn't seem to matter what size the dog is. It's just any dog that's within her vicinity, she's not okay with it. She is just focused on these other dogs. I cannot break her. I can't get through to her. So I'm just really struggling with being able to, I mean, it really limits what I can do with her. It's unsafe for her, it's unsafe for other dogs right now. To be around her. She's 70 pounds. She's not a she's not just a little chihuahua. She's aggressive and yeah, like it's quite brutal. It's just the reactivity and aggression is like I don't know what to do with her. Like she could have such a good and enriching life, and this really limits what I can do with her. It's really stressful. Like I take her out 4 times a day for walks, and like I'm stressed out for every single one of them. Like I don't want to be stressed out, and I don't want her to be stressed out. Like that must not feel nice for her.
No, for sure. I've helped a lot of people that have felt the way you felt, that have been in the situation that you're in. I really specialize in getting dogs back on the leash under control, off the leash under control, off leash recall, e-collar training, and how to correct them for unwanted behaviors. But that's one thing. And the other thing is how to build them up through positive reinforcement and how to start to build the confidence between and the bond between the owner and the dog, and have that dog start getting more into a working mode with the owner. And it's not that it's really when you do both, when you're training your dog and they're working for their food, but you're also creating some boundaries with that balanced system of positive, negative reinforcement. Your dogs have really clear communication and they're able to understand what's permissive and what isn't. And when our timing is right, when we have the right education, we're using the right tools, when we have the right support, we're going to succeed, right? So outsourcing this is absolutely what you need to be doing, is bringing in a professional to help you, right? Because everybody I talk to, if they could fix it on their own, why would they hire a professional? It's like my job is to work myself out of a job so that when we're done our program, you have the right system, tools, communication to know how to work with your dog. You're so much further down the track of getting the dog that you need to have under control, and that you can safely let them off the leash where it makes sense, right? Right? You're still going to need to continue, like a diet, the protocols and stuff. We're going to cover how to have your dog no longer lunge at dogs, but we're also going to have her learn how to recall to you when there is a dog present. Eventually getting her to learn how to come back to you when she's activated, when she's in that she can't hear you mode, like you don't exist at the end of the leash. We're going to change that. She has to learn how to respond to you no matter what, and we're going to work her up into that difficulty level. We'll do some decoy work where my dogs are far enough away and you're far enough in your program, you have some skills behind you before we start entering dogs into the equation. But we'll cover also impulse control, how to not lunge at every single thing, and that comes with some other training protocols I can show you. How to control her on the walk. It's not that she has to heel, but that when you say so, she needs to. So if you see a dog up ahead and you don't want her in front of you because she becomes a little sentinel,
Yes.
by my side, right? So
Okay.
my dogs aren't always at heel, but when I tell them to, they are. So they
Okay.
know that skill and we work on that together. Now, how social your dog is going to be, I don't know. A lot of dogs that are
Yeah.
reactive are pent up and they don't have it. They're socially awkward.
Uh,
So although I can use my dogs to help you, it's never going to be a guarantee that now your dog's the Walmart greeter. You know what I'm saying? But your stress level, how you're going to feel is that you're in control. Your
mhm.
dog's not pulling you down the street. You don't have to worry about every single thing. You know how to control her when she goes to do the thing that you don't want her to do. And then because she can see that you're in control based on the tools and the program that we're using, and she earns her food based on her choices, she's going to reduce that behavior over the time that you're going to stay consistent. The idea of
Right.
corrections is that, like with behavior management for us, is it's trying to deter us from repeating the behavior.
Yes. Yeah.
So a balanced system will give you that kind of communication. So we're building the dog up through food motivation and training when they get it right. We're showing them how to not do something that we don't like that's dangerous, especially if she's being that reactive. So you got to be all in on the system. And if you
Yeah.
are, the program will work for you.
So I liked that there was the in-person component and the online modules too that I could do whenever was best for me. I didn't have to stress and think about what we went over in person only. So having a video to reference and go back to and ask questions about on the portal was all super, super helpful for someone busy, you know, in Vancouver.
Yeah, no kidding. And so what's it like now when you walk her? How do you feel?
I feel so much more at ease. I know what behavioral components going on with her to watch out for. I know how to mitigate her blow-ups if she does have any, and how to just manage them and minimize them as best as I can.
Did you think your dog would ever meet other dogs again? Like I know you were worried about
No,
that.
I did not.
What
No,
did you think when she met Slim and Maple?
I did not think it would go very well at all.
People like you don't believe the program's going to work for their dog. Remember, it's like, yeah, it worked for the other testimonials.
Yes.
Will it work for my dog?
Yeah.
Did you think that you'd get this far in the 5 sessions that you've had with me? Like,
No, I didn't. I was pretty sure, like I think I asked you at one point, I was like, is she the worst you've seen? Like I was convinced that she was like the worst dog that lived in the city. I didn't think it would work for her. I did not think she would ever be able to meet and walk by 2 other dogs or be curious about other dogs at all, ever.
curious here, this is good, right? Yeah, that's okay. Let her run. Nice and calm. Let her just do this. Okay, now I'm going to remove my dog here in a second.
Okay.
That's okay. And then feed. Nice. How's that feel?
So good.
She knows how to be social. She just needs the right circumstances to be social. Letting it just happen in a curious way for a few seconds at a time. Yeah. I think a lot of people think that, and they think their dog is the worst, or that somehow it's just not going to work because they've tried so many options. They've tried so many other trainers, or they just didn't have the right education or tools, or they think their dog's extremely aggressive when they're lunging, and they don't realize they're social, but they're just frustrated and they just need some help. Behavior is confusing because they don't know. So to know that your dog is social, I think a lot of people are surprised that their dogs can be calm around other dogs.
Like you do want to play and engage, you just don't know how. That's how
right? So we got some structures now where she can do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really proud of you guys. You've done such a good job.
Yay, we're super happy.
Now we're at a park with dogs running around, and my dogs are next to her, and she's just not reacting. She's just like calm, cool, and collected.